Kia ora all, this is an edit from Red Rock's mission the other day. It was about 7 metre viz, so it was awesome to see. I jumped straight in and I saw this big black butterfish, just playing cat and mouse with it. Tried to plug it, boom, rockfish. So that was the end of my spear pretty much. Blunt as, and my rubbers need replacing, so that pretty much gave the end of my butterfish shooting. Managed to plug a couple of butterfish and then decided just to call it in with the gun and try and chase a few crayfish, which was hard going. This is Pete, and he just brought a 90 for this kind of diving, just to plug a few butters and to keep mobility in the water when cray diving. Nice and easy, and as you can see his GoPro is nice and low, so you don't actually see the shot, but that's so if he comes across a crayfish, when you are trying to GoPro record crayfish, you want the camera on a really low angle down. So yeah, you do have to change it if you're either shooting fish or recording for crays. As you can see here, it's down, so if he did come across a bug, you get some decent footage of it, as you see in the next clip. The next clip is Pete just getting a nice buck. So crayfish diving isn't all glorious, it is just looking through weeds and under rocks. Here he throws his gun, so gun dropping is awesome if you see it, so you can go and breathe up, but here he just kind of biffs it, because as you can see his eyes are on the prize, so he's just eyeing up where he's gone the whole time. Nice casual breathe up, and then drops down to have a go. Clean, solid grab with all the legs and everything intact. Has a look around the rocks just around it, because when you find one, generally there's others close to it in that area, so it's worth a look. Being brave holding it like that, but he knows he's got a good grip, and it's not his first decent buck either, so just another day diving for Pete. Straight in the float boat, tail first. Don't let anything jump out, you're good to go. So I spent over an hour just looking under rocks and just burning energy, and I finally found a nice cray. So I went down to have a look at it, and this other crayfish was actually just in the crack above it. So stoked with that, grabbed that and head back to the top.
Can you bring your float? Oh, because there's another cray down there.
It was cool diving in a crew, because we could all obviously talk about what we're up to. So offload this crayfish to Brady, and I was just, you can see this big white rock here, I was using that as my marker, so white rock, diving down. Here I just wanted to have a look at the cray so I could try and eye up where it is. It's right under the middle there, and I didn't want to go at it with my left hand, because just like rugby I got no left hand fend, useless. So I went back up and then decided that I would go from the other side of the cave so I could attack it with my right hand. Punched it, clean grab, stoked. Like I said, not as brave as Pete, because this is the biggest crayfish I've ever got my mitts on, so I've got two hands on that bad boy so I don't drop it. Keen to show the boys, and they're pretty excited.
Yo, he's burning my glove.
Again, shout out to Brady, comes over straight away to help me with the offload and get it in the catch bag, nice and easy, so that nothing could go wrong. And then high fives all around.
Fuck yeah! Two of them out there, so crack. After hours of looking at a drop, that guy's good.
And that sums it up. Over an hour looking under rocks, not even seeing a cray. And just just finding them.
Yeah, real happy with that.
Real happy with that. So I stayed in that area because, like I said earlier, if there's a cray, look in that area because it's more likely going to be more. And I found one right in the crack behind that white rock. So had a go at that, and then it gave me the jump step and my butterfingers, and it boosted the fastest I've seen a cray boost. And that was just because I didn't go all in. So I told my mate Cormac where I'd gone because he was like me, looking hard out for crays and couldn't really find anything. So I wanted him to have a go at it so he could get his hands on a bud, but he couldn't quite see it. Again, it was that same white rock, it boosted into that same cave, so that's where I kept my eyes just on that white rock and was able just to drop onto that. I ended up finding it on the left hand side, and it was quite deep, so I couldn't get a full grip on it, and you know, was just going to do damage to it, so gave it a tickle and then just let it be. It beat me once, so fair play, live another day. So a lot of work, but a PB crayfish for me, so I was stoked. Kia ora tangaroa.